Catherine, thank you for participating.
Oh, look. You won.
All right, Campfire crew, this Tony, Catherine, Stella, and the two emus behind us running crazy, checking in from the kissing booth. So I told you last week we're going to have a drawing this week to win the new skillet. And we decided to go old school. So there's electronic ways to have drawings, but there's nothing more fun than going old school and just drawing somebody's name out of a bucket. So we're going to do it all on camera, mix it up on camera, and Catherine is going to be the person that does the drawing for us. All right, let's get this thing going. Okay, Campfire crew, this Tony and Stella out here having fun at the cabin. So y'all know we've got a off-grid cabin that we keep back here on the back of the property, or about middle ways of the property, for camping in or hanging out and cooking or doing different things out here at the cabin. But there's something I just realized that I don't think I've ever paid attention to. If, for some reason or another, you had to go to the bathroom, and I think we all know what I'm talking about having to go to the bathroom. If you did, there's no place out here to go unless you go behind a tree. And I think that now I might be a little bit past going behind a tree. I'm too old to be going behind a tree when I could do something different. So, a few months ago, we were in North Carolina. We went to Tennessee, and we cut across a mountain and went to Maggie Valley, North Carolina. Well, in the process of going to Maggie Valley, down one of those back roads, we passed a little white church that had two outhouses at that church. Now, it's an off-grid church. It's a small country church in the middle of nowhere. And this country church had two outhouses. It had a ladies' outhouse and a men's outhouse. So I want to ask you this. Have you ever used an outhouse? If you have, I want you to leave me a message in the comment section that says, I have used an outhouse. Now, I know a lot of younger folks, y'all may not even know what an outhouse is. And when I was growing up, I was born in 1966, and we had indoor plumbing. But my grandmother didn't. At my grandmother's house, there was an outhouse. And one of the highlights of visiting grandmother's house was going to use the outhouse. And I know, as crazy as that sounds, we had a fun childhood, and it was a lot of fun doing that because it was different. And I almost had to have it explained to me what that outhouse was for. So, whether we ever use it or not, let's build an outhouse and put it out here at the cabin. How fun would that be? If nothing else, we'd have one out here and we could say, hey, we got a place to go to the bathroom. We'll just have to figure out what will be under the outhouse. I don't think we want to dig a hole. I think we might have some type of bathroom in it or some type of toilet in it that's like self-composing or whatever you call those bathrooms. We may have something like that inside, but it'd still be fun to build an outhouse. Stella, do you want to build an outhouse for the cabin? Stella says she don't care. She just wants to be wherever I'm at. All right. I want to show y'all what the inside of the cabin looks like. We're fixing to start wiring the cabin, and we're going to finish the inside of the outdoor cabin. So far, we've just used it like it is, but it's time to go to the next level. So let's take a tour of the inside of the cabin. So inside the cabin, y'all can see it's just stud walls. So it's an outdoor building, but it's a good outdoor building. They took time when they built it, and it's a very usable building for what we're going to do with it. It has a loft up on this end. There's an old deer head I found laying in the woods. And it has a loft up on this end. So we could make us a set of stairs that comes down right here somewhere. The only thing is, I don't like where that window is. They didn't make it an option to put stairs without blocking a window, and I don't like that. but we'll figure out something. We may make the stairs in the back there and let them come in from one of those directions. I don't know yet. But we're gonna put some plugs on this wall back here, maybe a plug on this side and a plug on this side, and we're gonna wire this outdoor building. So we're gonna put a couple of plugs also down this wall, and we're gonna set our main panel behind the door. So when you come in, the main panel will be there that'll control. Over on this side, we're gonna make this be what is possibly where we're gonna have the kitchenette. So up under that blue blanket is a gas stove that somebody gave us a year or so ago, and we want to use that gas stove out here in the cabin. So we have a gas heater, we have a gas stove, and we can build a lot of anything else that we have. We've already got some cast iron out here, and we got the little cook stove, and we got us a fan. We got supplies out here, so, and a broom to keep this thing clean. Y'all don't know, but I'm crazy when it comes to the floor being dirty or anything else. Speaking of the floor, so the floor has a couple of stains on it that are water stains or whatever. We're going to put like laminate flooring down in here, something that's easy to keep clean. All right, I hope y'all have enjoyed the tour of the cabin. Stella, come on here. And out here on the porch, we got a string of rope lights that we plug up out here to a little inverter, and it lights up the whole front of the porch. Stella, and it's real woody here. Can y'all see how woody it is down both sides? And y'all remember, we got that gas tank for free. We just hadn't never used it. Here is looking down the back side of the cabin. So we're gonna put that outhouse back around there somewhere. All right, here is behind the cabin. We need to cut that little bush down, don't we, before it flips the cabin over. It's a beautiful wooded area back here, and there's a road that kind of, and there's woods on that side, a lot of pine trees in here. But we've got a little road that kind of goes right back here. Our property line don't go all the way, but it does go close. So I keep the grass cut to back there, but that's a little bit across the property line, just to keep the snakes and stuff out. So I want to show you how the wood line changes, and y'all can also see where the property line would be. Stella, don't you get on a snake. All right, can y'all see how, I know it's a little bit difficult, but can y'all see how we've got trees on our property, but then all of a sudden it turns into shrubbery or scrub bush right there. So the property line runs down through there where the dividing line is. They cut the timber on this property, but my property still has the timber back that way. And this way's the same way. So y'all can see we have big trees on our property, but then all of a sudden it goes to scrub bushes on this side as it goes off the hill. So it's a little further back. It runs at an angle, kind of like that. So right in behind that big tree right there is where the scrub bushes start. And it's the dividing line, or it's the property line. So we can set the outhouse somewhere's back here to keep it away from the cabin. And I know this sounds like a crazy idea, but crazy ideas are how a lot of things get done. Maybe we could set the outhouse somewhere in here and maybe use it to, or have it set to one of the two sides of the trail. It's a beautiful area back here. So here's down this side of the cabin. You couldn't really see it good. I think we need to cut a few limbs down or trim some trees up. But again, you can see off of the woods from this side, it kind of goes down a little hill. Nice place for an outdoor cabin. There was a spider on me. Okay, Campfire crew, so let me tell you how the drawing is going to go. So last year at Pedals from the Past, we gave away I want to say it was a Birmingham stove and rain skillet. Beautiful, beautiful skillet. And this year, since we didn't have Pedals from the Past, we definitely want to give away that beautiful Lodge skillet. So at Pedals from the Past, we just had a straight up old school drawing. And that is that people that came by the booth would fill out their name and their email address and a contact number and folded it up and stuck it in a bucket. Well, since we're going to do this online, we've got to have some way to figure out who wants to be part of the drawing. So this is what I want you to do. If you watch the video and you've made it to this far, and if you're a subscriber to the channel. Now, so I want to talk about that for a second. I think that, and I don't care, you can subscribe today and I'm okay with that, but I want you to be a subscriber of the channel if you're going to enter the drawing. So I don't care if you've been a subscriber for a year or if you've been a subscriber for a day. To make it fair to everybody, if you want your name in the drawing, please subscribe to the channel. Now, with that being said, in the comment section, I want you to put a statement that says something like, sign me up for the drawing. Just a small comment in the comment section, and that way I'll know that, and I can have whatever your YouTube account is with sign me up for the drawing. And if you do that, then I'll private message you, or we can draw. Once we draw, we'll set a date that we're going to draw, and if you're subscribed to the channel, you can watch the video to where we get Catherine to do the drawing. And that way, we're going to do it all in front of camera. We're going to put all of the names in. I'm going to mix them up, however, and Catherine can be the person that draws, and we can make sure that all of this is fair. All right. I appreciate you watching the channel. I appreciate you wanting to be part of the drawing. It's always fun when you can give back when you've got multiple of something, and we have a couple of those skillets. With that being said, did y'all know this past Thursday, I found another one that's identical to it, or it's real, real close. And next month, we're going to give it away. So that'll give me an opportunity to get it clean, get it re-seasoned, to get it packaged, and we're going to have another drawing next month. But I want you to enter this drawing, and it always doubles up your chances. All right, as always, life's an adventure. Don't get caught sitting at home. You should be out here putting your name in this bucket, because the name that I want to draw, I want it to be you.